So it seems as if I jinxed myself yesterday by saying that there's so much sun in Greece. Actually there is, but today, not so much. Woke to a cloudy day. So the jars of olive leaves have been sitting for probably half of a day in the sun. And now today, we are not expected to see the sun at all. So this is real life. This is how it goes. I have decided I am going to boost it a bit because it's the heat from the sun that we need. And it's that heated environment that helps to coax out the color. Now leaves in general always need a little bit more coaxing because they're more fibrous, and the color that's hidden in there sometimes takes a little bit more effort and definitely a little bit more time. So we have a hot plate here. I'm going to pop the leaves and fiber and dye that's already started right into a pot and let them simmer. Put them back in the jars and they will meander on. I have a few more days. Forecasts look a little better tomorrow when we land in Santorini. So hopefully we'll get a little added boost at the end and we'll see what happens before I fly again. Let's take a quick peek at what we've got so far. So I can see that the fiber is starting to take on a color. It's a very light sort of beige color, which makes a lot of sense. If I look at the silk, this definitely has a yellow cast to it. So we do have interaction already starting to happen, which is really fun and exciting to see with so little heat. But let's go ahead and still give it that boost, and we'll bring it back to the sun soon. Wow, look at the change. Definitely the heat brought about that color a little more quickly. So I'm going to let this sit in this beautiful sort of golden orange leaf mixture. Thank you, olives. And I'll put them back into the jars to sit, hopefully in the sun over the next couple of days. Remarkable, right? I mean, I had a feeling that I'd be able to get some color pretty quickly that way, but I did not expect it necessarily to jump so fast. So it does show you the power of heat, both in being able to elicit the color, as well as help for that bond with fiber. So you can see with just about 45 minutes, maybe an hour on the stove top, what it could do. Now, you can achieve with really powerful sun and long periods of time, probably something very similar in color. And my intention had been to have that through this journey in Greece. But when things go askew or slightly different than planned, what do? You just wing it and shift and see what you can do differently. Always, always continue to experiment, test stuff out, think a little bit more about how you might be able to alter something if it's not working out exactly the way you had planned. Having limited expectations always means you're just that much more surprised. So the sun is back today, and it's very windy, and we're going to be sailing across to Santorini. Now, the color of the dye looks amazing, and I'm sure I could take these out now, but I figure I have 2 more days, and it's supposed to be sunny, so I'd like to leave them out and see if the Santorini sun might shift it at all. Otherwise, it's just going to get nice and deeper, hopefully. And if not, it just looks great as is. So we gotta go catch the ferry. I'll see you over in Santorini. All right, made it to Santorini. Wow, what a difference from Sifnos. Super gorgeous here. A lot more people, but I mean, look at that, sitting right on the edge of the caldera. I think I'll enjoy a few days here. I've got the pieces of fiber sitting in their olive bath, and we'll let them sit for another day since it looks like we're gonna have some beautiful weather. Then we'll take it out, give it a rinse, and see what color Greek olive leaves are going to bring us. take it out. Let's see what we got. Super dark, beautiful, sort of orange color. Wow. Really, really lovely color. This is on the wool. This is bamboo, so cellulose. Never going to get as dark, but not bad. Another piece of cotton, looking pretty good. Same sort of hue. And let's see how the silk did. There it is. Beautiful. Let's rid some and see what we get. Okay, here they are, all washed and now drying in the sun. We have the wool, which obviously, as typical, really took on the dye well. This piece is a silk gauze, and I'm surprised it didn't do better than it did. But you can see there's also areas where you can tell that the leaves that were in there were touching. And so I would say keep that in mind if you have olive leaves for echo printing. They probably would make a really pretty print. And then the bamboo did really well. It's like a lighter version of the same color. This one had a more yellowish hue to it. And that looks really nice. Beautiful neutral colors. And then the last piece of cotton. So all in all, I would say that if you have olive trees, give it a try. Looks really pretty. All right, so hopefully that's given you just one more thing to think about in terms of options when you travel. You can look to your local flora and see if there's something there that you are interested and have time to put in a jar with some sun or maybe a little bit of help from the stove and see what kinds of beautiful color you might be gifted from the very place that you are lucky enough to visit. I'd like to thank you for joining me here in my quick trip to 2 islands in Greece, and I look forward to seeing you next time on Color Quest. Not sure where that will be. Let's see where the wind takes me. And if you want to hold your thing, you know what I mean? Yep. Yeah? I won't drive fast.